best directors are the one who, I don't say that they must do film without script.
To write 3 lines about Luchino Visconti, what would you write for them?
I would like they write, it was a good artisan, a good worker. That's all.
Luchino Visconti's passionate and operatic films recreate history with a multicolored intensity. Visconti witnessed many of the great events of the 20th century, and his unique vision is based closely on his own personal experience. He brings the same epic scale to each of his stories, yet the grandeur of his style never obscures the humanity of his subjects, and his films are amongst the most subtle ever made. Visconti gave his film about Nazism the same title as Wagner's great opera Götterdämmerung, The Twilight of the Gods.
Il titolo wagneriano mi è venuto proprio naturalmente, trattandosi di una specie di catarsi di dei o considerati semidei, non dell'Olimpo e non del Valhalla, ma dei semidei dell'industria, della grande industria tedesca. Il titolo mi è venuto proprio naturalmente, Götterdämmerung, la caduta degli dei.
Visconti's favorite theme, to which he consistently returns, is the family, and the complex allegiances and emotional attachments which bind its members together. The original script of The Damned was based on his own family, a dynasty which combined one of Italy's oldest aristocratic families with a great Milanese industrial empire.
Questo film è l'esemplificazione di fatti realmente avvenuti in Germania in quel momento e mette il dito soprattutto sulle responsabilità della grande industria in Germania in quel momento, cioè la grande industria si vendette a Hitler.
Visconti's picture of a nation drowning in its own moral corruption was deliberately decadent and provocative. The Damned was the first in a late trilogy of films Visconti set in Germany or based on German authors. For his adaptation of Thomas Mann's novella Death in Venice, he returned to the world of his own childhood, and the tone of the film couldn't be more different or more personal. In Mann's book, Visconti found a character that closely reflected his own, his homosexuality, his approaching death, and his memories of family holidays in the city in which the story is set.
It's not a novel, it's a film. Then I have to change something to be more clear for the audience, because it's a very, it's a very delicate story and without many facts, but just with some psychological events.
Death in Venice follows the last days of a dying artist who unexpectedly encounters a vision of a beautiful young boy. Visconti examines the fatal impact that the boy's beauty has on his secret admirer.
Is it the idea of death which seduced you most about this short story?
Not especially death, but this kind of death, who is an intellectual death, it's a story of an intellectual who is following the beauty, the absolutely beauty in the world, and when he finds it casually in the life, in a young boy who lives at the leader at Hotel de Bain, then he touches with his hand that the absolute